I found more stuff on Facebook. Let's see what it is. Don't worry, the Ventura project is still going. In fact, right now it's acting as a tripod for the camera. Ventura is fantastic. I love it. Sometimes you just find a deal you can't pass up. And that's what I got here. Let's just find out what it is. Yep, it's a Volkswagen engine. Do I have a car for it? This one is a 1973 Volkswagen 1600cc engine. It's 48 horsepower. It's an AH series engine. And that's about as much as I know about Volkswagen engines, other than there's no 83s in it. I have helped build one Volkswagen engine in my entire life, and all we did was assemble, which that I get. The basics of assembly, no problem. Any engine, I could tear it down and figure it out. So now I have one. What made this engine such a deal is that it was stuck, which I'm okay with. For the price, I was willing to go with it. So for 50 bucks, I got a stuck engine with exhaust pipes, stock muffler, even like a Monza exhausty thingy, and all the tin for it, which is currently hiding behind the shop vac. I got, well, not all. I got majority of the tin for it. I don't have generator / whirly-giggy fan, no carburetor, no distributor, and obviously no starter or transmission. Starter would go somewhere around where this socket is. But for 50 bucks, I couldn't pass it up. So here we are. I've got it rigged up to my regular engine stand. I'm still working on a little bit better mounting, so I'll actually be able to test fire it on here. As you can see, it leans in at the bottom. So I'm gonna weld more plate on and use the bolt as a standoff so it sits more levelish. And this will be the solid mounting point, and then it should be good to go. Let's bring it around so we can see the other side of it. There we go. So when I got it, I started here and I turned it a half a turn, just about exactly there at the bottom. So the way I have it set up, I used a pry bar and just used the ring gear teeth to slowly work it back and forth. And quickly, I gained another 3 inches here. And each time I gained some, I put a white mark on it. By the time I got to this mark, the last one I put on it, it went all the way back down to the bottom. So then spun it by hand a couple times, made sure it worked. Then I put my 1/2 inch drill on the front of this with like a 28 or 30 millimeter socket. I can't remember what size it is right now. And engine spun freely. It was great. Either way, it's freed up now. I did a compression test on it. And I'm pretty sure that these are the ones that made it stuck, that had the rust ridges from being exposed. Passenger side has better compression by at least 10 PSI. And even the low one here being in the 80s after sitting and being outside, that's livable. I think that'll come back. Next thing I'm gonna have to do is take this off and put a mechanical oil pressure gauge on it. As long as this is the oil passage. I think this is oil temp or oil pressure. I don't know, I guess we'll find out. If this is oil, I'm gonna take it off and put a mechanical oil pressure gauge on it and spin it again and see if I can get some oil pressure to develop. Parts are extremely cheap for this. I've got an entire points distributor coming, brand new, for 30 bucks. I've got a used carburetor off eBay coming for 35 bucks. And I have a starter coming for another 35 bucks. That should at least get this thing running. I had some plug wires sitting around. They're not perfect. I did buy spark plugs, so there's another 10 bucks. This, I'm assuming, needs to be bolted down for it to run. It's oil fill. I can't imagine that'd be a good thing to have that unbolted if I tried to start it. If it does run, I'll buy the generator and the rest of the tin parts and everything. And then I don't know. I don't know what to do after that. I may end up selling the engine once it's running, or I may look around for a dune buggy. I don't know. Not a sandrail. Not a big fan of those. Stock Volkswagen, meh. dune buggy would be cool. If I could find a pan and a fiberglass body, I would look for that. But this would be a long-term thing. I'd be okay to just let it sit for a while and undercover once I've got it running. Just squirt some oil back down the cylinders, let it sit. I'm okay with that sitting for a while. I got it super cheap. I'm pretty sure, I'm 99% sure it's gonna run and be okay. So that's where we're at. Well, that's gonna do it for today's update. When I get more stuff done or parts in, we'll either come back to this or the Ventura. Not sure which, but you know, you'll find out next time. All right, see you later.